If you're a local clinic, we're going to go over how to actually set up an impressions meta ad campaign. This is extremely quick, easy, and we'll cover all the bases here on how to set it up, what the importance of it is, and why you should be running it. Basically, you'll be able to put yourself in front of as many people as possible at the best price possible. And you're targeting your specific location. Being a local clinic owner like a physio, chiro, osteo, RMT, you're going to be able to target these specific people that are in your area. You don't want to be targeting people that are 30, 50, 100 miles away from you. They are never going to be booking with you. So we're going to go through how to set this up and create this local campaign here. An impressions campaign, we recommend starting with that. And then you can further go into setting up a lead campaign, and this is where you try to actually convert these people. We're trying to create and generate a warm audience. So what we're going to do in our meta ad campaign, we're going to click create campaign. This is going to be an awareness campaign, continue. And then you can name it. So name it whatever you want. You can name it awareness _ December 5. And I spelled that wrong. And then everything from here is going to be pretty much fine. Depending on how you want to actually set it up and what your actual budget is, you can set your campaign budget here. If your budget is rather small, you probably want to set it here, say under $10 per day. But if you do have a larger budget, you can set it at the ad set level, and then you can just run a whole bunch of different ad sets with a whole bunch of different creatives in each ad set. But we'll go very basic here, and we'll just set it at this level. Say we're only willing to spend, say, $10 per day. What this is going to do is in the future, if we ever make different ad sets, it's just going to disperse it on whichever one it thinks is performing the best, whichever one Meta wants to actually allocate that fund to. That's how it's going to decide it. With being an awareness campaign, its conversion metric is basically whichever one performs best whenever it gets put in front of people. So being an awareness campaign, it's a little bit cheaper and a little bit easier to get put in front of people. So we're going to go into the ad set level now. We can change the ad set. We can just call it batch December 5. The reason why we do this is because that there's a lot of different campaigns that you might end up setting up or ad sets. So you might want to name them something different so you know when you posted them, when you actually sent them out. So what you're going to want to do is set maximize reach. So you want to maximize the number of people. If you're in maybe a smaller town or city, you might just want number of impressions. So if you're in a bigger city, you might go with maximize reach, because reach reaches a bigger audience, whereas impressions might reach a smaller audience, and it's just going to hit them a bunch of times. So if you're maybe under 10,000, you're probably going to want to go impressions. Actually, maybe reach. Probably going to go reach no matter what, just because you want to hit basically as many people as possible. So you're going to select your Facebook page, and then from here, you're going to set a cap. So depending on the number of times that you actually want to be in front of someone, you're going to limit it to there. So if you have a bunch of if you only have one ad set, it might be better to switch it up and include more, because Meta might choose different ads in this ad set and put it in front of people. The only issue with that is if Meta finds a winner and it basically only pushes one of the ads, it's going to probably only push that one. So if you end up having, say, 7 times every 7 days, so basically once per day, you're going to be in front of that person, it might not choose different ads in this ad set. It's going to maybe choose that one winner and just continually feed it that one person. So depending on how many ad sets you are willing to create, if you are creating a lot of ad sets, I would make this lower. And then if you have a lot of ads in here, so these are ad sets, if you're creating a lot of those, I would have lower here. But if you have a lot of ads, I would probably raise it up a little bit more, maybe at like 2 to 3 times per 7 days. We're going to scroll down, and then we are going to go to audience controls. So this is where we're going to actually target our location. So you want to target your specific location. So you're going to search wherever you're located, just choose the city. What you can do from here, you can narrow that down depending on how far people actually will come to you. And then what we like to do is create a little geofence. What you can do, select include, go to exclude, and then you're going to drop a pin. So you're just going to basically create a little fence around all the locations that you don't want to target. And then once you're finished here, I'm just going to do it very rough. As you can see, we created a little bit of a fence, and we only want to target that specific location, and it's only going to be right in here. And then we're going to scroll down as well. We're going to uncheck this as well. We want to make sure we're only targeting in this specific location, because we don't want to be targeting people that are too far away that aren't actually going to be booking with us. So we want to uncheck that. And then we're going to continue scrolling down, and then audience suggestions. So we are going to add this stuff in. If you haven't added custom audiences, we're going to want to do that. So in this example, we have some here, but if you don't have any, we can create custom audiences. So these are the different ways that you can create them. One way is website. So this is basically when you connect your metapixel, and then we can retarget the people that have come to your website. So we want to choose the max number of days. So right here for website, we want 180. And then you can name it whatever you want. And then you'll create that audience. And then we'll create a few more audiences. So we'll create new custom audience. And then we're going to create a video. And then this is basically anyone that's watched our video. You can choose whichever one you want, but we want the biggest audience possible. So watched at least 3 seconds. You're going to select all of your videos that you want to actually track. And then you want to choose as many days as possible. So that's 365. And then this is going to basically try and retarget, or this audience will be in this ad set that we're trying to target. So then we'll go through there, and then we'll also create another custom audience. And then this is your Instagram account. We'll click next, and then choose your account, choose your event. So people who engage with your account, and then you're going to choose the max number of days. So 365. And then we're going to create that audience. And then we're going to do the exact same thing with the Facebook page. So it's going to be the exact same thing, your Facebook page, your event, 365. So basically anyone that's engaged with your Instagram account and your Facebook account, they will be in this audience. So for example, I already have these created. So we can go Facebook, and then we can go Instagram, and then we're all set, and we'll select that one as well. And then we basically want to target as many people as possible, get them in a warm audience, and start retargeting them and build up this nice audience. And then once we have this nice audience, we're going to set up these instant form and lead campaigns. So that's going to be the second video, or the next video. And then for the placements, we do want to edit this because we don't like some of the placements. They're going to put us in the worst and cheap possible spots. So we're going to actually go to manual placements. And then we're going to scroll down. We don't like threads. We don't like audience network. And then we also don't like in-stream ads for reels. This is just all personal preference. And that's pretty much what we want to be targeting, where we want to be showing up. And then from here, we're all set. We can click next, or we can go over here. So we'll click next. And then this is where you can just name your ad. Make sure your page is selected. Single image or video. Uncheck multi-advertisers ads, and then you're going to set up your ad creative. So if you are a Cliniverse member, you can just come in here. We can go to meta ads, filter, and then we can just grab some meta ads once it loads. And then we're going to come in here. We're going to download our assets, unzip that. Looks like computer's a little bit slow. We'll copy the primary text, ads, and then we are going to upload these, and then we'll be able to easily and quickly get them in here. We'll go next. We'll replace this. So you want to make sure that all of the creatives are specific to each dimension. So as you can see, they work well with every single creative. And then you can click next, primary text, and then you want to make sure you edit these in here, and then we'll click done. We'll uncheck add music, and typically you'll see a headline option. We're not seeing that right now because we're on this account. and then you'll copy that, you'll paste that into the headline, and then the description, you'll copy that and you'll paste that into the description as well. You'll also want to add a destination. And now that we have destination, we're able to have a headline and also description. So we'll also go back here, grab the description here, and then we'll paste that in, get rid of that. And then we're going to scroll up. We'll go to website, and then you'll be able to insert your website here. So this is good for the impressions campaign, so they can learn more about you if they do want to click through, and they can learn more. Maybe you have a landing page, you can potentially get them to convert, but the goal of this campaign isn't really to get them to convert. It's basically building brand awareness and trying to build this warm audience. So once you have this all done, you want to make sure that you have your pixel connected. And then after that, it looks like everything should be all good. You can include a display link. So this will just be whatever shows right here. So you can edit it if you want to make it something else. That's not actually going to be the page they go to. And then what you're going to want to do is quickly duplicate this. And then you can just go through, and then you can go to the next one. You can grab that headline, and then you can edit this headline. And then you can go back through, copy all this information, and then you can paste this in, and then this as well, the description. And then you're going to want to download the assets again, unzip those, then come in here. Then you're going to delete this, add media, add image, upload. I'm going to go back, upload that, and then you'll be able to select it. It's going to be the exact same as what we just did. And what you want to do from here is basically do as many as possible. So anywhere from 10 to 50. The way this new meta ad and meta campaign kind of works is it optimizes best for everything that you do have, like all the assets that it gives you. It knows and understands. It basically crawls everything, and it knows like what this is about, what it takes your text, it takes your images, it crawls everything, and it knows who best to put it in front of. So it does everything for you. So the good thing about this type of campaign and the new way that meta ads are set up is it's extremely smart and adaptive, and that it'll just do everything for you. So you can put 10 plus ad creatives in here, and then you can find your best performing ones, and then you're going to quickly duplicate those, put those in your new actual instant form campaign. And that's going to be the next video, but you just want to go through this, build out as many as possible, and then start your impressions campaign. Once you build up that warm audience, you're going to be able to start to retarget these people, and Meta is going to optimize for conversions. So that's how you're going to set up your impressions campaign if you're a local physio, chiro, osteo, RMT, and start targeting, building brand awareness, and building this warm audience that we can get them to convert.